Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Dose. Today is Friday, November 25th. If you didn't know, today was a shortened trading day. It was a half day. Stocks finished mixed during an uneventful shortened day of trading on Black Friday. When the closing bell rang on Friday, the S&P 500 was down 0.03%. The Dow was up 0.45%, and the Nasdaq fell 0.52%. So we're kind of getting back to that Dow in favor. The U.S. stock market closed at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Financial markets in the U.S. were closed on Thursday for Thanksgiving. Stocks finished with gains on Wednesday, the week's final full trading session, after the minutes from the Fed's latest meeting signaled a likely slowdown in the pace of rate hikes at the central bank's December meeting. No major economic data or earnings reports were released in the United States, and then it goes on to talk about the energy markets remaining in focus, overseas things going on. So as investors in the U.S. look towards the end of November and the end of a challenging year in financial markets, Yahoo Finance's Jared Blerk writes in Friday's morning brief that history does suggest more positive times could be ahead for market bulls. During the period that covers the Tuesday before Thanksgiving through the second trading day of the new year, the S&P 500 has been higher 81% of the time since 1950, and in years when stocks rise during this period, the index gains 3.8% on average. That is great. I do think the figures are a little bit different of when you're in a bear market, but this does typically tend to be a seasonally good time. But if we take a look at the S&P 500 chart right now, you'll see that we're starting to put pressure on that 200-day moving average, and I think that's going to be a big point of resistance. I think it could be a turning point in the markets if we break above this level. It could definitely be a signal that the downtrend is over, the bottom is in, we're headed higher, or we're headed into this range. I'm also looking at the trend line that I have right above the 200-day moving average. It's about 2% higher right now in this market. If you're listening on the podcast and you can't see my screen. The 200-day moving average is at 4,056. Right now, the market's at 4,026, and the trend line is slightly above the moving average. So, honestly, it looks bullish in the stock market right now as far as this trend goes that we're in, but we are starting to get to some levels where I'd expect some resistance. So that's what I'm looking at on the stock market. Bitcoin's been kind of flat. It still looks really weak. Again, we're still below this range that we'd been in for a handful of some time, like 5 months. And I still have my eyes on the 12,000 as an initial target on this market. I think it could go as low as 8,000. But this range I have right here goes from about 12,300 to 10,100, and I think that's the main range that I expect this market to get to. But that's really all in Bitcoin. Again, still looking technically weak. The stock market's looking technically strong, but we're approaching this level of resistance. So that's all I have on the shortened today. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you all in the next one.